Actually, nursing generally everywhere is the same. It's just the difference in advancement and professional development. I'll actually prefer nursing in UK so far from my experience because there's a lot of growth, a lot of well-being, a lot of support too, basically.
Well, I would say both are very good. There are some advantages and there are some disadvantages. Of course, in everything in life, that's how it is. But to be honest, I like practicing nursing in the UK more than practicing nursing in Nigeria, in the sense that talking about support for someone who just started working, the support is there. Like you've got to do preceptorship program, and where you've got professional development nurses looking after you, you're signing up your competencies, you know what you can do and you know what you cannot do. Well, like in Nigeria, when you just start that way. You don't do any preceptorship program, you don't sign off any competencies, they just believe you're good and just learn on the word, you just learn from senior colleagues. So like your progress is not actually monitored, though it's actually good because you tend to like step into the shoe, like you can't run away from it. But yeah, you're well supported, you know your limitations, you know what you can do, you know what you cannot do. So the support that a new registered nurse gets in the UK is much more better than how it is in Nigeria. But of course, as a Nigerian newly qualified nurse, when you're left to do all this by yourself, you tend to learn from your seniors and you tend to try to learn as fast as you can, so you can be independent and be able to look after patients on your own. That's what I can say.
I think I prefer nursing in the UK because you have a lot of equipment and a lot of things at hand. In Nigeria, for example, when you are working in a private hospital or a government hospital, there's a minimum amount of glove or things that you can use, which is not even acceptable everywhere. But in Nigeria, they can tell you to use like 2 pairs of gloves, 3 pairs of gloves in a day. But in this space, I like nursing because everything is available and you can use it at your own will and at your own wish, depending on you. So that's the reason why I prefer nursing in the UK, and you'll be exposed to different equipment and different specialties. Not like in Nigeria that is the specialties are limited. So, and I think that's why I prefer nursing in the UK than in Nigeria.
Actually, I actually prefer working in the UK as a nurse because I've got a lot of experience in a short period of time I've spent here. I've got a lot of things to work with. Though working back home, you've got the knowledge, but you don't actually have what it takes to actually use in being skillful. But here you've got the equipment you have to work with, and with that it makes nursing easier. You've got what you don't have to improvise, because at home we improvise a lot, and that makes working a bit difficult because you just have to improvise to make sure you achieve your goal. But here you have got a lot of things to work with. You've got protocols you follow, and you've got a lot of things that you follow, and it makes your nursing job very easier. And though the remuneration might not be what we expect as a nurse, might not be what we want, but at least it makes us, it's the skills and the knowledge, makes it, bringing it together with the equipment you've got, it makes it easier to work with and to give the patient the best care they deserve. Though the remuneration might not be the best thing, and then the work environment is quite tedious, and it is it's quite tedious in such a way that you put in your efforts, sometimes you might be short staffed, you do more, and then your patients and relatively expect more, and then you adjust, and then you have to multitask and do a lot of things within a short period of time, or within a short number of the same members. But outside that, outside the remuneration and the staffing levels, I feel like it's much better because we get a lot of things to work with.
Actually, the workload is much. Before I relocated to the UK, I was working 24 hours on and 48 hours off. I think it's not that strange to me, but talking of working around and just keep doing something. You can't sit down and just be watching. In Nigeria, you can just sit down and relax yourself when your patient is resting. But in this place, I think I'm used to it, but the workload is much for some people. I work in critical care, I think the workload is much more on you when you are doing it, especially when you have a level 3 patient. So you have to be going up and down, do all things yourself. You can't just leave the CSW to do your wash or do everything. You do everything, you do total nursing care. I think it's a bit stressful, but I enjoy it anyways.
The workload is quite tedious in here. It is tedious at home, but for an example, when you are back home, there is no pressure. You know, like you are at your own, you are in your home. It's not like you want to do the right thing, but you are not scared of, I don't want to do the wrong thing at the same time. But here, you're always scared of, I've got my pain behind me, I've got a lot of things that is attached to this. You're extra careful in what you do. But back home, you know, this is my country. I don't have any visa backing me. I don't have anything. Like you're still gonna put in what you're doing. You're gonna put in your best, but at least you are rest assured. But working in the UK, you're always scared of, I've got my pain. You've got this. You're always checking, and then sometimes with that checking, it puts a lot of pressure on you at the same time. And I feel like we should also, if we are going to be working here, there should be a way that system in which it works, and then you feel at ease even when you're discharging your duty. Not like the one you're doing, and then you keep checking your back, and see to ensure that you do the right thing. That's just my own belief and what I think.
Honestly, the workload is the same, both back home. Yeah, even here, I get to do more hours, like 12 hours. You don't do 12 hours back home, or work probably more time a week. But yes, 3 to 4 times a week. The workload is everywhere, both back home and here. Yeah, it's actually still crazy, but of course, it's just, you have to just cope with it. No, I can't go back to Faria. I can't go back to Nigeria anymore. Are you kidding me?
No. No. I think I like it more here. Nursing is more recognized here. Like, you are proud to be a nurse. I'm proud to be a nurse in the UK. You are more recognized. I think you are better paid here. Even though some other countries do better, but it's much more better than how it is back home. And you've got more equipment to work with. Like in Nigeria, you mostly improvise for everything, but here you've got the equipment, and you've got so many specialties that you can work in here. Like the sky is the beginning. You can decide to leave bedside and you still earn good money. So you can decide to be by the bedside and you can progress, and you'll be supported to any length that you want to go to. So I think I prefer to stay here. Thank you.
Yes, definitely I'm going back to Nigeria. I can't stay here for long because I think it's not about the code, and it's not about, everybody is here to make money and go back home. Nigeria is home. So one day I'm going to go back home, but I don't know when, and I don't know the year, and I don't know the age I will be there when I'll be going back home. But definitely I'll surely go back home one day. So that one is very sure.
No, at the moment, I don't think I'm going to make a decision now. At the moment, probably in years to come, because we still have a lot of things to explore and a lot of experience to gather. Even if we're going to go back home to develop our own system later on, but I think I still have a lot of experience to gather here.